If you spend your day endlessly scrolling through social media, watching Instagram reels, shorts, or whatever else, if you hate your current job and constantly think, I wish I had a dream job that I'm passionate about, something I could spend hours doing without even realizing it. If you feel lost, unsure of what to do with your life, then this video is perfect for you. Have you ever felt this way? You want to do something, but you don't know what exactly. You don't even know what you truly want to do. And maybe you just start feeling like you just haven't found it yet. That one thing you could be passionate about. So you start searching, looking up for job opportunities, exploring new hobbies to learn more about yourself, or reading about books on various interests. But no matter how much research you do, you still feel like you haven't found the one. It's not about needing more information or doing more research. The information we really need to figure out what we want in life is already out there. Yet the more we consume, the more we gather information, the more we fall into something called paradox of choice. Now, what is exactly paradox of choice? When we have too many options, we struggle to make decisions. Take the famous jam study for example. Researchers found that consumers were more likely to buy jam when given only 6 options compared to 24. It means the more choices we have, the harder it is to decide for you. And interestingly, when choices are limited, people also report higher satisfaction with their decisions. When too many options are available, it becomes difficult to determine which is the best one, and it often leads to regret after making a choice. We often might think having more choices gives us more freedom, but in reality, it makes us less happy. That's why some of the most successful tech leaders like Mark Zuckerberg or Steve Jobs wear the same outfit every day, just to avoid the decision fatigue and escape the paradox of choice. So now, how do we avoid falling into paradox of choice? We need to minimize our options. If you know what you love, what you're good at, and what you value, you won't get stuck in endless indecision because you will have your own decision matrix. So now I will tell you a 3-step analysis to find out your path. The idea that do what you love is the ultimate answer isn't always true when trying to find your dream job or your life's purpose. In 99% of the jobs, you will still have to do the parts you don't enjoy. Take YouTube for example. I love speaking in front of camera, being on the spotlight, and publishing my own videos. But in reality, the major of being a YouTuber involves scripting, analyzing, thinking, and about marketing strategies. Filming, that's only 5% of the job. The other 95% isn't about filming at all. So if you're chasing a career based on what you love, you might never find it. We can't just do the parts we enjoy and ignore the rest. And often we just try to decide between what we love and what we are good at. But let me tell you, this is the wrong way to think about it. And this is a crucial element missing. We also need to analyze what we value. When figuring out what we value, what we are good at, and what we enjoy, there is a right order to follow. So I will tell you in the stepwise process. Step 1. The first step is understanding what you value. Believe it or not, but your values form the foundation of your decisions. So identifying them is very crucial. But remember, what's important to me might not be important to you. To understand your personal value system, you need to ask yourself the right questions. There are countless questions you could ask, but for each of the 3 major components, that is value, skills, and passion, there are 5 essential questions that will help you gain the clarity. And we are going to answer them together. So please don't just sit back and watch this video passively, because this exercise is meant to help you. So grab a pen and a piece of paper, write down your answers as we go. Please don't just sit down watching video and do nothing. Grab a pen and paper and write it down. Now let's start with the first question. Who do you respect and why? This could be just one person or several. For example, for me, I deeply respect the author of The Courage to Be Disliked. The way he presents his original way of thinking, the courage he has put his ideas out there, I truly admire. Step 2. After writing down the names of the people you respect and the reasons why, you might notice certain words repeating. These recurring words are generally what we call the keywords. For example, in my case, you probably noticed that I repeatedly mentioned creativity, originality, and imagination. That's because these are the values that matter most to me. And this is exactly why I asked to write things down. Because the words you naturally repeat will help you identify your core values. Now let's move on to our question number 2. What experience influenced you the most in your life? For me, it was definitely my college years. Back then, I was really underconfident, as I mentioned in so many videos before. but I love singing. So one day I decided to perform in front of an audience at freshers party. And it was a perfect opportunity to overcome my stage fear. But I couldn't believe that experience shaped me in a significant way. Now, take a moment and write down the experience that had the biggest influence on you during your school or college years. Now, question number 3. What do you feel is lacking in today's society? Personally, I feel that we often label people too easily. We generally categorize them based on the gender, religion, sexuality, ethnicity, nationality. I also believe that world would be a much better place if we had more understanding and respect for each other. If we truly appreciate diversity, then instead of fueling racism, homophobia, or any kind of discrimination, society would be a lot stronger. And that's something that deeply frustrates me. Now, think about what you believe is missing in today's society and write it down. Now, question number 4. Ask people around you, what do you think I value the most? Sometimes the way others perceive us is different from how we see ourselves. Asking these questions can help you discover your aspects of yourself that you may not have realized before. Now, question number 5. What advice would you give to others? For me, it would be like this. Taking risk and choosing a path that different from what considered normal or traditional can be scary. But you will never fail if you never give up. Life has ups and downs. Maybe right now you are in a lowest phase, but that doesn't mean you won't rise again. If you keep trying, you will improve over time. And if you never quit, you will truly never fail. Because the story isn't over yet. After answering all these 5 questions, you will probably notice certain words or themes that repeating. For me, as I told that those words are originality, creativity, diversity or imagination. Because these are the values that matter most to me. Identifying these values will help you understand what you want to bring to the table with your job or your career. Like for me, I like to create an environment where people can express their true self without fearing judgment. Where people can be creative, where they can appreciate diversity. Creating this kind of environment is my value. Now that we have all figured out our values, it's time to figure out your talents. What you're actually good at. People often misunderstand the difference between talent and a skill. Talent is something you're born with, whereas a skill is something that you learn over the time. For example, coding is not a talent, it's a skill. But talent is something that comes naturally to you, something you can do easily without even trying. Everyone has some kind of talent, but we often don't realize it because it feels very normal to us. But I will make you very simple. Let's answer these 5 questions to find out your talent. Question number 1. What was the most fulfilling experience you have ever had? For me, it was when I had my first viral video on Instagram. So if you're not already following me on Instagram, I will just put the link in the description. So watching those numbers increase and knowing people were watching gave me so much excitement. I didn't even realize that the numbers are increasing. I just loved the experience. So for me, being seen and being heard was a key moment. Now take a moment and write down your answer. Now question number 2. What annoyed you the most recently? We tend to get annoyed when we see someone doing something differently than we do. For example, let's say you are loud and outgoing. So you might get annoyed when you see someone who is shy and not engaging in conversation. You might think that why is this person not talking to me? Why aren't they laughing? Why aren't they having so much fun? But the reason it frustrates you is that being social comes so naturally to you. It means that what easy for you might not easy for others. And this means your natural talent might be human relationships. So think about what recently annoyed you and analyze why. It might reveal your hidden talent. Question number 3. Ask others, what do you think my strength is? When I asked my friends and my mom, they all said the similar things. That I never fear. I believe in myself and I never say I can't do this. So go ahead and ask few people around you what they think your biggest strength is. I'm sure their answers might surprise you. Question number 4. Let's say you quit your job right now. What would you regret not doing? For example, if I quit YouTube right now, I'd definitely regret not posting more videos. I'd feel like I'd missed the opportunity to reach wider audience. I'd also regret not giving a TED talk, not writing a book, and not working on bigger projects because these are my dream projects. My regret would be not seen by more people. Now think about your answer. What would you regret? Question number 5. What is something you have succeeded at? It can be something really small, it doesn't have to be really big. For me, starting this channel was a huge step because my previous channel had over 25,000 plus subscribers and it got demonetized. Well, this is a huge story, so I will cover in another video. So instead of just giving up, I started again. because I truly believe that one day I will make it. Just because it's not today doesn't mean it will never happen. Now, look at your answers. You definitely might notice some words keep repeating. For example, I kept mentioning talking in front of people and being in the spotlight. So, my natural talent could be public speaking. But I also believe that self confidence, self belief, and perseverance can be developed because I wasn't always like this. I used to be underconfident, but I never gave up. And I always believed in myself. If you still can't figure out your talent, think about your weaknesses. The opposite of your weakness is often your strength or talent. For example, I get bored easily, but because of that, I constantly challenge myself, try new things, and learn new skills. So now think about your weaknesses. What is the opposite of them? That might be your talent as well. So now we have come to our step 3. This is the final step, that is finding your passion. People often fail when they try their hobby into a job because what they love is not what they are good at. So when figuring out what you really enjoy, don't include things just because they are useful. Only consider the things that you genuinely love. So you can ask yourself, what would you love to learn about even if you had to pay for it? Write this down too. Now look at your bookshelf. What type of books do you tend to read to? Most of the books I read are about self-development or self-help. Now look at your books. What topics are they about? Next, you can ask yourself that, have you ever been angry at life? I think we have all these moments like this. When I realize my answers, I realize that creation, originality, freedom, exploring are the things that truly matter to me. So for me, trying new things and challenging myself is my passion. Now you know your values, talent, and passion. The last step is to figure out how you combine all three. Think about your passions, think about what you love, and your talents, things you're naturally good at. Just write down all the list of the things you could do. For example, for me, I could one day wanna give TED Talk. It would be like a new challenge I'd in front of people and I would get to share my ideas as well. Now, narrow your list down to things that align with your values. For example, my value is creating an environment where people can express themselves without fear of judgment. So maybe I could create an online class where people share diverse opinions in a safe space. This way, I'd be in front of people, I'd provide a platform for others, and I would be challenge myself with something new. That's an example of how I could shape my career. Now, go through all these answers, highlight the keywords that keep appearing, and you will likely figure out what you want to do with your life. So I hope this exercise helped you. See you in my next video. Bye.